So here's a little garden update just to show you the current state of things. So it's been about a week or so of the shade cloth put on the garden, and with us now hitting high temperatures consistently in the 90s, consistently sunny, it looks like it's doing its job. So good for the shade cloth. Let's see, the recent additions and changes here. Well, basically, we've been watching a lot of videos on the Back to Eden gardening method. Basically the concept of wood chips, the benefits of wood chips in your garden, and basically kind of growing in that methodology. So, what we did was, based on the information from One Garden Revolution, that they mentioned that you can get wood chips at chipdrop.com. So I signed up for chipdrop.com, and basically people in the area, when they have a bunch of wood chips that they don't want to take to the dump and then pay to give them to the guys at the dump, they'll bring them to your house. And so we had a whole truckload brought to us within 2 days. We got lucky, I guess, because sometimes they say it takes a while. But anyways, where to put the wood chips, because we already have our garden going on. And as you can see, we already have the container garden going on, but maybe we'll try to grow in-ground stuff as well. So with the big truckload of wood chips, we came back here and we said, all right, what's easiest to move at this time? Well, it's the back garden in the containers. So what we did is we moved all this out of the way. We pulled up the weed barrier that we originally put down to kill the weeds, and then we had our store-bought, traditional wood chips. But we moved that all out of the way, and it was still kind of hard and clay down there, right? But now we put these nice wood chips. As you can see, before we just had this pine bark mulch. But now we have a big, thick layer of wood chips, and then we put everything back on top. So let me tell you, it was quite an effort with this Texas heat. We had a big enough wheelbarrow that we just kind of all teamworked into it, and basically came down here, and the whole back of the fence has this nice big coating of wood chips. There's probably about, at least about 6 inches of wood chips that we put on top, and then what we had on the bottom. So that creates a nice carpet of wood chips, and it's a nice smell too. So as you can see here, everything's still growing pretty well in this heat, but now we have wood chips underneath. And this wood chips was a combination of wood and twigs and the leaves. And as it was sitting outside waiting for me to get home from a business trip, it was already starting to compost. As I dug in that pile, it was hot, steam coming out of it. So it was great composting material. But anyways, we moved everything out of the way, hoping that our plants would still survive the jostling. But we got a nice bit of wood chips here, and we kind of expanded this out. And it really does look nice when you put these wood chips out there, and it really expanded the growing area from just a narrow strip to now something a little wider. So in the future, as hopefully chipdrop.com will deliver more to us, we'll be able to replace these other wood chip areas with, like here, with another big thick layer. So what are we doing here? It's middle of July, so the original tomato plants are getting kind of high, getting kind of spindly. So I'm doing a little experiment. They always said you could cut them back and see if they'll grow back again. So I cut these 2 cherries back, and hopefully they'll kind of re-sprout, that the plant will say, hey, I've lost my, bigger branches, so now I'll sprout from the side. So I'm doing a little experiment. If it doesn't re-sprout, I've got, others I can just go to the store and put stuff in there. I put some more cucumbers. They tend to be delicate, so I put some other seedlings that I had ready to go, so we can have another continuous harvest of cucumbers. The herbs I cut back, the basil and mint, parsley, it's all getting really, really bushy, so I cut that back. The dill looks like it's growing well. And then the amaranth is growing here well that I planted, so we'll see how that does. The onions, the Egyptian walking onions, are all growing, as well as the ground cherries, and of course the hibiscus. So they're all growing. And the squirrels, who I've got no food left for them, they have to go away because there's nothing for them to eat. Of course, everything in the containers here, the flowers are doing well. Even the strawberries are doing well, but you know, lots of flowers, lots of little strawberries. You know, there's one to pick, a little strawberry. Get them before the squirrels do. So they're doing well. Like I say, the shade cloth is doing its job. Everything's growing well here. The sesame seeds caught, they're starting to grow. The sunflower seed, the ginger, the turmeric, the fig tree, the moringa, even the cardoons are finally catching and starting to grow. And then the tomatoes that I planted last week are starting to catch and get big. Surprise, surprise, even the cucumbers that I planted are doing well. And of course the Malabar spinach, the longevity spinach, and the pole beans, and the other longevity spinach that I got from the Asian nursery is doing well. These tomato plants back here are doing well. They're getting more leaves and flowers, but something's eating them, little caterpillars or something. So I said, alright, let me kind of put something out on here to stop them from munching on my tomatoes. So I put a little diatomaceous earth out here to kind of help maybe chase them away. Of course, the tomatoes on this side, they're doing well. But I pruned them, cut them back a little bit. Here's one tomato that looks a little red. Here's a little bug on there. Go away, bug. Pepper plants, doing well. Even these cucumbers back here that I thought was going to disappoint me, even they're starting to catch and do well too. Of course, underneath the shade cloth, things are doing well. The eggplant is growing, got flowers, and all the peppers, they're doing well. So we'll have our second harvest of eggplant. Lots of flowers, as you can see, and hopefully the shade cloth is helping to make it better. Alright, as we go down here, of course, the ghost peppers, the scorpion peppers doing well. The blackberries doing well, growing branches and stems for next year. And then I had some potatoes that were growing nice. Threw them in the dirt. Let's see what they do. Of course, the sunchokes seem to be doing well. And the potato plants, it's hot and the sun's just going down, so a lot of the leaves are wilty because they've gotten the full dose of sun. We had some rain, so the dirt should still be moist underneath here. So it's probably time to give them a little bit more water because it's hot now. So they'll get some water. Anyway, that is the garden update. So far, so good. Experiments, trying new things, constantly learning as we garden every day. All right, we'll talk to you again. Bye.